What's up, y'all? So, let's see how well this freaking phone stand works, man. Because at the end of the day, I have this set up on my water jug, set on top of a book that has a little bit of grip from my phone. I forgot my phone case upstairs, and I didn't want to go back upstairs. I was like, man, you know what? I feel like the more low key I lag this video, I'm just gonna like not want to do it. So I was like, nah, you know what? Let's just go downstairs. Let's start this video. Let's get over with. And so here we are, and that's one topic I want to hit y'all with. And because I was like, man, what am I gonna talk about? I don't know what I'm gonna talk about at first, and then the thought came in, and so a lot of us think that we need to have all the equipment, we need to have this sort of plan, this perfect plan, this perfect routine, this perfect something in order to accomplish our goals, or that we need a certain thing in order to come off as that we have it all together and whatnot, not look foolish, not look dumb in front of others, have everything well put together, so to speak. And so something you have to understand, man, is that even though, yeah, obviously having the good equipment, the right equipment, whatever it is that you're doing, having good quality things that help your business, whatever you do, a lot better. That is true, obviously. I am a big advocate of, a quality shopper on certain things, obviously, you know. Um, but at the end of the day, it just goes hand in hand. And so at the end of the day, you're just gonna have to take that leap of faith. You're gonna have to work with what you got. And a lot of us think that, it's almost like we're ashamed of, having to go through that suck phase, having to be resourceful in a way. And it's just like, dude, at the end of the day, you have to start somewhere, man. If you don't start now and you just use that excuse of, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I can't start it. And it's just like, man, you're kidding yourself out. At the end of the day, also, you're not allowing yourself to be open-minded. You're thinking that, oh, you only can become successful, or you can only start this or that because if only you had this or that. If you had, let's just say you want to start YouTube, and let's say, man, I don't have a camera, I don't have a tripod, I don't have good lighting, I don't have this or that, and it's just like, I can't do it. And not even that, but you're just like, what are people gonna think about me? What am I gonna talk about? And it's just, you stop yourself. And it's just like, instead of just being like, man, you know what, I have a phone, I'm grateful that at least I have a phone, so that way I'm able to, that has a camera, and I'm able to just record myself. And day by day, you'll get better. You'll stop being so shy on camera, and you'll understand that at the end of the day, we make up our own fear. And you'll come to find out that at the end of the day, you find peace and you find happiness, doing what you love, what you feel called to do, whether that's starting YouTube, making videos, or baking cakes and recording that process, or doing carpentry, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you're passionate about. At the end of the day, this is your life. And whatever you feel called to do, go ahead and do that. Yeah, at the end of the day, we do allow society or people that we know, because I am a victim of that, allowing others to get into my head about what I want to do in life, and also fearing the judgment of others, what they're gonna think, and this and that. And it has stopped me a lot of opportunities in life. But now I've come into a point of where, I have worked on myself, my self-confidence, my self-worth, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, to where I understand that this is my life, and at the end of the day, I am in control, and I get to choose how my life goes in a way. God is also in control and is also guiding me in my steps, and does have a plan. But also, I am in control in my life in a way. I'm in control of my emotions, my physical body, my emotional state, and my spiritual state. I am in control of all those four things. Other than that, whatever goes on that's outside of me, I can't control that. But all those other things, I am. And so, as long as you can keep in mind that you're in control of those things, external things cannot mess with you. Because you've worked so hard and so well in your well-being on the inside, that it's like eventually who you become on the inside, that loving, person, will reflect on the outside. And so all I'm saying is, as of right now in this sector, is like, yo, whatever you're going through in this life, whatever it's that suck, whatever the suck phase that you're going through in life, whether it's a job loss, or you're going through court, for your kids or whatever, and just anything, that you feel defeated in and you feel discouraged by, understand that that is there for a reason, and it's there to build you up. And another idea that I wrote down, it's probably something that I might end up doing, is, just any ideas, any thoughts, subjects that I need to talk about. I'm gonna write them down, and then I'm gonna just go ahead and record them. We'll see how that works out. But also that when when we want to do something new and we feel like, we don't have the right things in order to start that, or just facing anything that we feel discouraged by, or we feel like life is throwing at us, and I also have done this. Things were thrown at me in life, and I decided to just, you know hollow in on things that tear me down, which was, drinking, going out, doing drugs, just that type of negative, low vibrational lifestyle. And so it came to a point in my life where I faced something that, you know I came in separation with the mother of my son, and that helped me really self-reflect on myself, that I need to change who I am, my negative mindset, my negative outlook on life, how I treat others, not just those people around me, my loved ones, friends, and whatnot, but also just complete strangers. And also, when I was a little younger, I just grew up very shy and stuff like that, so I just knew that I needed to change myself if I want better and to do better. And like, just a little backstory, when I was 18, I just decided to for myself that I was going to change my mindset from a negative to positive, whatever it took to change my life from a negative mindset, outlook, stuff like that, to a positive, to where, I'm able to attract abundance into my life. Now that I know that certain aspect of God and the universe, if you know, but working hard, to want to switch my mindset and to switch my family tree forever. And so I was just, a young kid hungry for information. And so just listening to podcasts, listening to videos, watching videos, people that are top in their industry. And so just doing that consecutively from 18, and I'm 25 now. And so from 18 to about 21, that was where, yeah, I was learning and gaining information and stuff like that, but I was also in bad habits, like I said, going out, doing certain things, negative things that obviously didn't allow me to live up to my full potential. And it wasn't until I faced that thing with the mother of my son where it was just a big wake-up call, where it was like, yo, you know God was telling me I need to work on myself. I need to work on my diet, my body, my mind, my spirit, my emotions, and so, like, really get down on that, and so back in 2022, that's when I decided, I'm gonna go ahead and just, dig deep, put my head down, and just work. And so that's what I did, for a whole year. Don't get me wrong, I did have little going out moments here and there, times with friends and whatnot, because of, their birthdays and stuff, holidays, obviously with family. But for the most part, all of 2023 was just working on myself, on my body, on my mental state, my emotional state. It was just really just understanding that the price that I'm going to pay is having to, not be so much in communication with friends, especially people that I've known who are so used to that old lifestyle that I don't want to be a part of anymore, and also family members that also are in a more negative mindset and don't see the world that, you potentially want to live in, you know. You want to live that lifestyle, you know, have the stuff obviously, and but mostly you just want to have a different outlook and a different mentality upon life, you know. You don't want to be negative. You don't want to have continuously, you know, live that family tree that's been going on for generations. You want to be different and do different. So obviously, you know, going into that, I knew that some family members, you know, are obviously gonna have to be. Obviously, I'm gonna need to talk to them a lot less and whatnot. They might hate me for it, but at the end of the day, the price is that you're gonna have to go ahead and go down a lonely road. You know, that road. At the end of the day, you're not alone, but it is a lonely road. You know, you're gonna have people with you along the way and whatnot, but it is a lonely road. You know, it is, and that's the price you pay when wanting to self-develop yourself. You gotta get rid of and let go of all the old people that you knew and stuff like that. To let go of your old identity and go ahead and push forward into that new person. And even going into that transition of, you know, wanting to transform your life and who you are, it's not easy. It definitely is a hard road. Not many people, you know, come out the other side. A lot of people just stay in that no man's land, you know. I'm sure maybe a lot of people have heard a lot of successful people talk about no man's land, and it's where like you decide to let go of that old self, you know, the old habits and whatnot, and transition into more positive, you know, loving, enlightened habits. And along that path is, you know, an empty field, pretty much. Andy Frisella actually says it. It's like an empty field, and you go through a field where it's just lonely, you know, and there's other people there, you know. You're not alone. It's just everyone's scattered. It's a big old field. It's foggy. There's a lot of things that you got to go through, you know, at the end of the day. But on the other side, you hear about what's on the other side. You only hear the stories, and you hear about people that maybe tried and whatnot, but something inside you feels, you know, you feel that calling of you need to go and do this, or you feel like you're better, you that you that you got better in you to do more in life, you know. And obviously, when we think of being the black sheep of the family, it's kind of like, man, you know, it gives you that eerie feeling because you know you're gonna be looked at different and talked about differently than most family members. But at the end of the day, you gotta understand, especially when you're just single, you know, and maybe eventually you want to have kids. You gotta start thinking about, you know, your life, what you want for your life, how you're gonna, how are you going to manifest and give the life that you want for your kids, you know, not what your parents want for you and your kids, but what you want for you and your kids and kids after that, you know. And you can only guide your kids to do certain things as well. At the end of the day, it's up to them, up to what God has in store for them, you know. So we can only do so much in that part as well. At the end of the day, we all have free will. And so, yeah, man, at the end of the day, you need to embrace the suck. You got to embrace where you're at. I was um, I was self-reflecting a little bit and just, you know, I had jobs that were not ideal, that I hated. Obviously, we all been there, having to wake up 3, 4, 5 in the morning, you know, staying till 8, 9, 10 p.m. sometimes, even at work, you know, just doing that. And we're just like, sometimes, you know, working at those jobs, we're just like, man, is this even worth it? I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life. You know, we dictate who we are and where we're and what we're doing um, in life, and we just allow that to honestly pretty much project what we're gonna be and do. You know, and that was my case for a while, especially me being a high school dropout. You know, obviously that stigma and that that thing that goes around, obviously stigma, but obviously that, and that's another thing too. When you're recording, you're barely brand new, you're gonna say stuff that doesn't make sense, you're gonna stutter and whatnot. That's part of the process, man. You're gonna suck, and that's a part of me. That's why I'm here with y'all, to show y'all that, you know, we all gotta go through the suck. We're all gonna stumble all our words. We're gonna look dumb. You're not gonna look like you have everything figured out. That's okay, because guess what? Every single day you show up, you do the process, you're gonna be there. You know, like for me right now, especially, I'm going through a breakup, so I'm learning how to, again, be true to myself, understand what makes me feel good, and that's, working out, meditating, stuff like that. Things that I was doing before I even met that person in the relationship. And, I lost myself a little bit during it, but now, I'm starting to get that groove back again. And so I'm in that process, but, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, man, you got to go through that suck. So I was facing, I was going through jobs that I didn't like and whatnot. And so, but those jobs taught me something, and it taught me perseverance, it taught me grit, it taught me, fortitude. um and in a way, now that I'm older, I'm very grateful and thankful, to go through those times, because it helped me push myself, especially not, being a high school dropout. I was just like, man, I gotta work harder than the guy next to me. He has a diploma. He's able to. For instance, if he got fired, he's able to go get another job. Just like that, so to speak. For me, it may be a little harder. And so I had that chip on my shoulder where I was like, man, I gotta work harder than him, smarter, this and that. And so also, I come from a generation where we had participation trophies. Where we thought we just had to show up and we get the best of the best. So going about, growing up from that, about 18 years old, for about 18 years, 20 years of that, it's just like having to switch your mindset from that and understanding that the world's a whole different way and it operates a different way. It's not easy, man. It was tough, it was hard work, but now, slowly but surely, I'm barely getting the gist of how this world works and understanding it. And so now that I faced and I've gone through some things in my life, you know, as I go through these videos, we'll talk more about, what I've gone through, what I faced, what has helped me throughout my journey and whatnot. Sorry if maybe this was kind of all over the place and whatnot. Like I said, when you're barely beginning anything new, and for me, it's about doing these videos. Obviously, I'm not going to be the best. I'm not going to speak maybe so clearly. I might stumble on my words. I might go from one subject to another and this and that, and it might not make sense. But that's the whole thing. That's part of the process. You gotta allow yourself to enjoy I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying that I get to stumble on my words and that I may look like that I don't know what I'm doing. But that's okay, because at the end of the day, I feel called to do this for a reason. And like, just going back to what I was saying, that just what I've gone through and what I faced throughout my life, I feel like I'm just being called to, in a way, just share that experience, what has helped me, and also to show y'all, just the process of life. We're all gonna go through it. Life is hard. We think that, and I feel like life displays, like, if you're not happy 24/7 or this and that, or you don't have a good job, or that image, then something's wrong with you. If you feel sad, then something's wrong with you. If you're feeling this or that, then you're just not okay, pretty much. And it's just like, no, dude, it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel hurt, especially if you're going through a breakup. It's okay to feel sad and whatnot. But at the end of the day, you got to understand too that you need to do, you need to gain habits that are going to help build you up, especially if you want to do better and be better for yourself. Because ultimately, yeah, you're working for yourself in mind, but also keep an account. You're helping future people that don't know you yet in life. Your kids, strangers, and whatnot who have yet to encounter you. So even if you are working out just for you, for yourself to look good, someone at the end of the day is gonna be like, man, you look good. How'd you do it? Or this and that. So someone's always gonna look up to you, man. So you always need to push and understand that you matter and your story matters. Whatever you went through, you know regardless if you're a high school dropout or you went through this and that, and you had to overcome this and that, and you're here now, and you have this beautiful story. You have an opportunity to share it and help others that may have gone through something similar, and you're there to be a light for them, a guidance. And at the end of the day, we may feel uncomfortable, may feel a little weird, but if you just feel this calling of, man, I just need to share what I've gone through, and what maybe has helped me may help someone else. And at the end of the day, also, that helps us just transition into a more better, loving earth. And that's what, at the end of the day, it's all about. For people who have gone through certain things and that are willing to heal themselves and go through that pain and whatnot, to eventually be able to help others go through that journey of something similar, you know. And we can't be like, oh, my journey's harder than yours, or I went through more than you, or blah blah blah. It's like everyone has their own hard, you know. Everyone goes through their own hard in life. At the end of the day, it's not about you or them, you know. We all go through our own story, through our own things. We need to go ahead and heal those scars, those wounds, and whatnot. Show others how to do that. The process isn't easy, but it's doable, and there's love and peace and enlightenment on the other side, you know. And I'm a living advocate, and I'm still doing it, everything I can to live that every single day. And by all means, I don't have everything figured out. I'm not some guru. I'm not some master person that knows the universe and this and that. I'm still learning a bunch about this world and who I am, just like everyone else. But I have faced some things that have helped me, you know, that I see in a way some people still struggle or face. So just day by day through this process, I'll be uploading videos and helping y'all and guiding y'all. So hopefully, you know, if you guys are going through any loss or just a heartbreak, or you feel lost in life, just like me, I'm 25 and I still feel lost. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, you know. And so at the end of the day, we're all in here together, you know. So like I said, if you feel lost, if you feel like you don't know where you're going, you know, just, you know, stick with me. We're all in this together. You know, I'm lost as well. You know, maybe we can all get lost together, and maybe we'll find somewhere, you know, that we can all call home or find peace in. You know, so I'll catch you on the next one. Peace and love.